Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brooke St. John, and guys, it's been a fat, thick with 2 C's minutes since I've sat down and filmed for you guys. I'm not even gonna get into it, but let's just sum it up by saying I'm taking math this semester, so I'm struggling.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
But first things first, I'm sorry if you hear a little bit of ruckus upstairs. My brother and my 1-year-old niece
oh, hell no,
are upstairs, and I have a 100-pound bulldog.
You got this, Travis. Make him wait for it. Boom.
So if you guys hear anything upstairs going on, then that's them. But today's video I'm really excited and kind of nervous about. Today we are testing out makeup from Five Below. And if you don't know what Five Below is, it's basically just a store that sells a bunch of really like random stuff for $5 and below. And I went in there to get some stuff for my room, and the makeup selection there is like, let's just say I was like pretty shook by how much makeup they had and like the selections. But one thing I will say about it is that in one section there was like a section of Wet n Wild, and then the rest of it was like some brand I've never heard of. So I really wanted to just get that brand and test that out, because obviously a lot of you guys have already seen videos on Wet n Wild and know of Wet n Wild, but this other brand, like at least I never have heard of it before. So I wanted to mainly focus on getting products from that. And then there's like, I think just like foundation and concealer the brand didn't have. So that's like the only 2 things I got from Wet n Wild, but the rest I picked from there. And another thing I want to say is that a lot of the palettes and like makeup they were selling, like you could literally just open them up and like test them. Like they weren't in a box and they weren't like closed fully by like wrapping or anything. So I thought that that was kind of like sketchy. So I made sure to only buy stuff that had a thing around it to make sure that it wasn't open or that was already in a box. Because I was sitting there like, I don't want to buy makeup that like Gretchen and her little sister have been finger swatching all over, because that's just like not sanitary at all. But I really wanted to do this video because when you think of drugstore, you don't think of Five Below, and surprisingly, there's so much makeup that I haven't seen or even heard of being tested, so I really wanted to do this video. So if you guys want to see the tea on Five Below's makeup, then keep on watching.
made a couple you know. I said I'm living my best life.
Alright guys, so I got you nice and zoomed in because we are going to start with brows and then the eyes. So I really wanted you guys to see what I'm doing and see how the products perform. So first things first, in my makeup routine I always do the brows first, and at Five Below I got this eyebrow gel, and it says it's waterproof and smudge proof formula. All-in-one brow gel for full and defined brows. Quick dry formula, sets quickly, suitable for all-day wear. Well, we'll see about that, honey. And I got it in the shade Charcoal Black. And I guess the brand's name is Second Love. Like, I told you guys, like I really have never heard of these brands that were there. So I'm really excited to see if this is good or not. But the packaging just looks like this. And it comes with a brush, and it was a whopping $3. So I'm gonna take it out of the packaging and see if I think that I can use this brush or not, or if it's really crappy. Feels very paintbrush-like. So I guess I'll try it with this brush, and if it's not working out at all, I'm gonna have to cheat and use one of my other brushes, or else it's just not gonna go on. But this is the brush. Just this angled brush. And the bristles just like, it doesn't feel horrible, but it's kind of paintbrush-like, which I was expecting. But then moving on to the actual brow gel, it just comes in this container. Kind of reminds me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade dip brow packaging. So it literally just has this with a lid, and then let's open her up, and this is what it looks like. So here goes nothing. Let's try this out. So since this brush doesn't have a spoolie on it, I'm gonna use one of mine. So I'm just going to start by brushing my brow hairs up. And guys, I'm sorry. I know my brows are bound to look bad, even if this product is good, because my brows need some threading so freaking bad. So I'm sorry about that, but I really need to get my brows done now. I feel like I say this in every video, but it's just weird because when I had blonde hair, I never even filled in my brows. And for a little bit when I dyed my hair black, I didn't do my brows. I literally had blonde eyebrows with black hair and I didn't do them. Because I guess because I was just so used to it from when I had blonde hair. But it was pretty tragic, to say the least. So I'm just gonna brush my brow hairs up and then pray for the best and dive in to this. I'm just gonna get a little bit on this brush. It's not like dried out or anything, so that's good. Got some on the brush here. Not dry at all, it's very creamy. And I'm just gonna make a line under my brow. Oh, I mean, she's pigmented.
Motherfucker, very pigmented.
I was not expecting that. I was really expecting it to be like dry and patchy and like have to like really work with it. But that was literally, I just touched it barely and it was pigmented AF. And this brush is not bad. Like, it's applying it really well. Like, do you see that line? Yes. Guys, this is really good. Like, literally, this is performing the same as my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Gel. So now that I made that line, I'm just gonna soften it up with the spoolie and then brush my hairs down to make the line above the brow. All right, so now that we got the line at the top as well, I'm just going to brush my brow into the way that I want them. So I'm brushing them up at the beginning and then to the side on the end of the brow. Then just taking it again and really filling it in with light strokes. All right, guys, those are both the brows all filled in, and for one, I can admit that I'm not the best at filling in my brows, so that's one thing. And for two, like I said, I really need my brows done, but like, that was good. Like, I didn't have to fight with it and keep layering it to really get pigment out of it. Like, it literally took like a few swipes. Like, it literally was so easy to apply and so easy to really fill in the brows. Like, I really like this. I definitely approve of this. And next, I'm just going to take the concealer that I had to cop from Wet n Wild. And this is just the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in the shade Light Medium Beige. I've actually never tried this concealer. I just can't get myself to try any other concealer rather than Tarte Shape Tape or the LA Girl concealer, but we gonna try her today. And with that same brush that came with the brow gel, I'm just going to take a little bit of concealer on that brush and carve out my brows. So I'm just making a line under the line I created to fill in my brows, to really sister snatch them up. So I'm not really gonna say anything about the concealer until I actually put it on my face, because that's when I can really see the performance. But right now it's kind of looking like really light like coverage, which I don't like, but it could be a concealer for someone who does like a lightweight concealer. But we shall see. Alright guys, so that is both of the brows nice and carved out. That concealer definitely worked just fine. When I carved my brows out, no conflicts or anything, worked just fine. So moving on to prepping the eyes for eyeshadow, I don't see an eye primer here, so I guess I couldn't find one, so I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to cheat and use my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. And honestly, I'm kind of glad that I can do this because I feel like using a good eyeshadow primer really gives the eyeshadow a chance. So I'm just going to go ahead and set my eyelids with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot in the shade Soft Ochre. Alright guys, now that we got the eyelids all primed, I'm going to show you, I think I only got 2 palettes. I thought I got more, but I guess I didn't because literally all the freaking palettes were open and it just freaked me out. So yeah, I got 2 palettes and I got this eyeshadow palette right here, and this is the Rose Gold Nudes Eye Collection by Beauty Treats. And this one caught my eye first, specifically because it has this thing to let me know that is not been open yet. So I'm just going to take that off, and let's pray to the makeup gods that this is creamy, because if this palette doesn't work out, this is the other palette that I have with a bunch of glitters. So if this palette does not work out, I'm kind of scared because then I won't have any mattes or transition shades to work with, so I'm praying. So I'm just gonna touch a few of these, and oh, I mean, she's pigmented, like, and that was creamy. This feels really nice. So I guess let's just get right into it. These literally don't have shade names at all. It's literally just this, so I'm just gonna point to whichever one I'm using. So first things first, I'm just going to take this e.l.f. fluffy brush and dip into, I guess I'll just do a little bit of this matte white shade, just to really set that primer in place. So I'm just going to swipe this everywhere on the lid. Alright guys, now that that primer is nice and set with that shade performed really good. So now I'm just going to take a piece of tape and, like I normally do, is set it along the side of the eye. I'm gonna turn this way, sorry, because my mirror's over here. I really need to invest in those pieces of tape that are like made for doing this, because every time I rip it off, I'm like, it hurts so bad, but like, I try to do my eyeshadow without doing this and it just never looks good to me. So I do this step to really snatch that line on the end of the shadow. Guys, I literally have no freaking clue what look I'm going with today. I'm just kind of winging it, but I obviously know that I'm going to mess with that glitter palette on the lid, so I'll probably just do like a warm tone and then like deepen the outer V with shadows in this palette and then go into the glitter on the lid, but we'll see how this works out. Alrighty, now just taking my favorite eyeshadow brush. I cannot get away from this. Like, I bought Morphe brushes, like so many Morphe eyeshadow brushes. Hold that thought, sorry. What?
Are you home?
Yeah.
You have work?
What?
Do you have work today?
No.
What are you doing? Oh, am I gonna be in it?
If you want.
Yo.
What are you doing? Why?
I was gonna ask you what was the forecast for Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, like.
I can send it to you.
Okay, thank you, bye.
Okay, love you, bye.
Thank you too.
Aww. Sorry, Faye Bay called me. But anyways, taking my favorite ABH brush that comes with their palettes, I guess I'm going to take this light brown transition shade down here on this palette. Sorry if the glare of like my ring light is annoying, but it's right there. I'm just gonna apply that in windshield wiper motions in the crease. Oh, well, she's got some fallout. But hey, she's got pigment there. Like, it definitely all just like went on to my lid. So definitely has fallout, but that's why I do my eyeshadow first. So far so good. I'm just gonna do that same thing on the other eye. And oh my god, guys, I'm sorry about my crusty freaking chapped lips. I swear I put chapstick on all the freaking time, but my hair and my skin and my lips are all so dry that literally it just doesn't even help. So I'm sorry if that's like freaking crusty. I literally just noticed them. So I'm just going to take that e.l.f. brush that I set the primer with and blend that out. And now I'm going to take this shade right here and do the same technique that I just did with that light brown shade and apply it in the crease. Guys, these shadows are freaking pigmented. Like, it's not like, oh my god, like in your face, but like, how much was this? I don't know, I'll list it down below, but obviously it was below $5, so like, I'm impressed. And there's a lot of shades in here too. Alright guys, that is that shade in the crease all blended out, and I'm freaking shook, guys. Like, this is looking really good, surprisingly. Like, it blended just like any other palette that I have. And it did take a little bit of layering, but I'm honestly okay with that. That doesn't bother me at all. Alright guys, to deepen up the outer V, I'm going to take this brown shade and apply it in the outer V, and I'm honestly getting kind of nervous because as the shades get darker, blending out the shadows gets harder, obviously. So I'm just going to take the finer tip of the brush and apply that in the outer V. Not bad. Like, it's not the most pigmented brown shade in the world. But like, obviously, if this whole entire palette was below $5, then each shade in here is less than $1. So like, this is like not bad at all. Like, it applied good with only going in once on it. Obviously, I've applied more pigmented browns, but like, I feel like if I keep building this up, then it's going to look just fine. Alrighty guys, this is how the crease is looking so far. And now to deepen the kicked my tripod. But now to deepen the outer V even more and dip into this black shade. And I'm kind of scared because just looking at it, it kind of looks like it has some glitter particles in it or something. It just doesn't look like the most pigmented black. Like, it's not like jet black, but we're just gonna go with it. So just taking some of that on this brush, and it looks pretty pigmented. And just apply that in the outer V. Definitely a lot of fallout, but there's pigment there. I would definitely recommend doing your eyeshadow first if you're gonna buy this palette, just like I do. Because these shadows have a lot of freaking fallout, as you can see. So like, it's obviously not blended yet, but there's pigment there for sure. So now I'm just going to blend that out. So now that that shadow is nice and blended, I'm going to cut my crease to apply some glitter on the lids, and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, now that the crease is nice and cut, I just followed my natural crease line to cut that crease. I didn't go above it or anything because this glitter might get a little bit crazy. So now I'm just going to pop open the glitter palette. I'm so nervous, guys. So I'm just opening her up And I think I want to do I think I'm gonna do this turquoise color right here. This is all the shades that it comes with. All the shades are really pretty, but I'm just hoping it's not that, like, you know that glitter you used to get when you were really young and you'd get it at Claire's? I hope that this isn't like that, because it kind of looks like those palettes from Claire's. So let's just like swatch this like rose gold one. Oh no. Look at this swatch. You can't even really see it. But like it looks good on my finger though. Let's see if we can focus this. It doesn't look bad on the finger. So with these, the swatches aren't probably the best, but you can probably build them up. But I think with this, I'm going to apply some of the NYX Glitter Primer to really make sure that it's gonna get on my lid. Alrighty. So again, just applying that over the concealer. Now, I don't even know if I should apply this with my fingers or a brush or what. So I think I'm just gonna go right in with my fingers and pray for the best. I really hope this doesn't like ruin the whole entire thing, because I really like the other palette. So I'm just gonna take some of this, some of the turquoise shade, and just tap it on with my finger, I guess. Oh god. It's just like really spacey. I'm really gonna have to build it up. These are more like, these are looking to be more like glitter toppers. Hello. These are looking more to be like glitter toppers, as you can see. As in, like, if I were to put like a base shade under it and then this on top of it, it'd probably work better for that. But we're just gonna keep trying, and I'm going to apply it with a brush now. Yeah, it's just really hard to work with. Guys, this is not working at all. Like, literally, I'll show you guys. There's like one layer of glitter, and then I don't know if you can really see in the camera, but it's just clear. After that, like underneath it, it's just clear, and it's literally exactly like how the Claire's stuff used to be. So like, I don't really know what to do now. I think what I'm gonna do is, I hope you guys don't get mad at me, but I'm gonna apply this, and then over it, I'm gonna have to apply some NYX glitter, just because like literally I can't like end the video on this note. Alright guys, now that I applied all the glitter, it's looking pretty messy, and I'm honestly mad at this freaking palette right here. It just like ruined everything, and now like the glitter looks clumpy because I applied that glitter from the palette first, and it's just like making me mad, but that's why I'm just gonna move on. Now moving on to the face, I do not see a face primer here, so I guess I didn't have one. So I'm just going to prime the face with the Master Prime by Maybelline primer. Alright, so the brands other than Wet n Wild there, they didn't have foundation. They only had like BB creams and like prime, conceal, brighten, hydrate, smooth, even tone, oil, control, glow, BB cream or whatever. And I'm a full coverage kind of girl. I don't just apply BB cream and that's it. And that's fine if you do. But I wanted actual foundation, and they didn't have that. They just had the BB cream. So I went ahead and purchased the Wet n Wild foundation in Desert Beige. And I can tell you for a fact that this is not going to be my shade at freaking all. Because I was so much tanner when I bought all of this stuff. I just got back from Mexico, so, and that was about like a month ago now, I think. So yeah, I've gotten a lot paler, so it's not gonna be my shade. So I'm just going to apply this Wet n Wild foundation. I can already tell this is gonna be way too dark. But you know what, we're just gonna work with it. And I'm just going to apply it with my damp beauty blender. Holy crap, that was a lot. Yeah, way too dark. And I'm just going to tap, tap, tap. This actually has pretty good coverage. Like, it's covering up all my redness. And guys, I know the color's probably so distracting, like that is so bad. But what are we gonna do, you know? I actually really like this. And I'd like it even more if it was in my shade. Like, oh my god, this is so bad. Alrighty guys, now that we got the foundation nice and laid down, this foundation actually looks really, really nice and pretty. Now I'm just going to take the Wet n Wild concealer that we carved our brows out with and apply that under the eyes. So now I'm just going to blend that out with my beauty blender. Definitely covered up my dark circles and brightened. Looks really, really pretty. Alrighty, next on to contouring. We're going to take the Pro Artist Contour Palette, the Cream Edition. Looks like this. Totally reminds me of the BH Cosmetics packaging. Alright, so it comes with 10 contouring shades, and it's the cream contour. So I think I'm going to take... these are kind of like weird shades, honestly. They look really weird. Alright, so I guess I'm just going to take this contour shade right here. There's literally no names on like any of the stuff from here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that on my finger. I'm not going to use a brush. And then just apply that. If you could see it. Literally, this is not dark enough at all. Flop. Alright, so skipping right over contour because that is non-existent contour, we're going to set that concealer. And the funny thing is that this brand at Five Below has setting powder, but doesn't have foundation or concealer. I'm like, girl, like, what are you setting? Like, okay. Alright, it says matte finish in shine control setting powder. Oh my Jesus, this is not coming out. Oh, she's stuck. Alright, so this is what it looks like. It's cute packaging. So I'm just going to open it up. Ooh, and it comes with these. I honestly love these things to set. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that on my beauty blender and apply it where I applied concealer. And that's the finished look. No, just kidding. I feel like since this is like really, really like white, I need to leave it on for like 10 more seconds and then take it right off. Ooh, I actually like it. It literally like blurred everything and like really set that concealer. Like, damn. I actually really like that. So now we're going to go ahead and from the same brand of the cream contour, the Pro Artist, I also bought a bronzer palette, the matte edition, so I guess it's like powder. It just looks like the same, and hopefully these ones actually show up. Dude, like, look at this shade. Like, who wants a contour with literally orange? Like, okay. I'm just going to take this Sonia Kashuk brush and I guess dip into this powder shade right here. It looks less like orange in person. And just bronze my face up. Okay, at least it's like actually existing. Not horrible. So now moving on to finishing the eyes, I'm going to take the Rose Gold Nudes, and I'm just going to take the orangey shade that we applied in the crease and apply that on our lower lash line. So moving on to the waterline, I bought this package of a 9-piece eyeliner collection, and it's by the Color Workshop. It looks like this. And I think I'm just gonna play it safe. And I don't know if there's a, is this black or gray? Oh yeah, definitely black. I'm just gonna apply this black pencil liner in my waterline. You know, it's like, it's not non-existing, but could definitely be way more pigmented. So next I'm just going to apply some mascara, and I got the Super Luscious Mascara Fuller Lash by Smoke and Mirrors. And it just looks like this. Literally have no clue how this is gonna be. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna apply that on my eyes. Alright guys, so I just quickly finished the mascara and popped on some lashes. So we have about 2 more steps left. Next we are going to highlight with the same look and brand as the contours. I swear this highlight is not pigmented like the contour wasn't. I'm going to cry because your girl likes a blinding highlight. Like, as I'm literally just looking at it, I'm kind of scared of it. It just looks really chalky. And like the shades aren't like really just. Oh my god. I can't even put this on my face. Oh my god, like if you guys could see this in person, it's the most tragic thing I've ever seen. Like, that's the swatch. Oh my god, I can't even. It's literally so dry. Well, you know what that means. Using my own highlighter. Sorry, but your girl cannot have full glam on without highlighter, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, so now that we got a blinding highlight, I think for lips, I'm just gonna apply some of this liquid glitter, high pigmented Diamond Lust lip gloss by the Smoke and Mirrors brand. And call it a day, because honestly my lips are so freaking chapped and I just don't think it's gonna go well with my chapped. I just don't think a matte lip is gonna go well with my chapped lips right now. Like literally I've tried a lip scrub yesterday, put pounds of chapstick on, and they're just so freaking chapped. I feel like it's just making it worse, honestly. So I'm just gonna apply some of this lip gloss. Oh, that's pretty. Alright guys, this is the final look with using the Five Below makeup. So guys, my final thoughts on Five Below makeup, they're not bad. Like, I wouldn't say like, oh my god, Five Below makeup is completely trash, because there was like some things that I really liked. Like, for starters, this palette is literally everything. Like, it's below $5, has 25 shades in it. Like, what the hell? And it's super pigmented. I freaking love it. Foundation, concealer, great. Of course, Wet n Wild. The brows, brow gel, loved the brow gel. The setting powder worked so freaking good. The glitter palette obviously was freaking tragic. Like, it's literally coming off and it just didn't mix well with the NYX at all. And the contour palettes, the powder one was not bad. Like, it could be better for sure, but the cream ones were just freaking awful. Like, they were gray and purple and it was just bad. Highlighter, literally the worst highlighter I've ever swatched in this world. So bad. The gloss is really pretty. So like, it's kind of like a 50-50 thing going on here. Like, some of the stuff I would go and buy again, but some of the stuff I'm just like, no, it's a waste of $5 or $3 or whatever. But I had a lot of fun doing this video for you guys, and I hope you guys liked it. If you guys liked this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up down below, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.